Thanks for staying with us, everyone. Benue State House of Assembly has approved the removal of Chief Judge of Benue State, Justice Maurice Ikpambese, directing the next senior judge in line to be sworn in as acting Chief Judge pending investigation bordering on financial impropriety and abuse of office. Maiwo Kwanto has more.
Benue State's House of Assembly commenced with the Speaker Ondona Dajo presiding.
25th of March, 2025, say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Majority Leader of the House, Sate Tise, reads on the floor of the House a petition written against the Chief Judge of Benue State.
The abuse of office by issuing a directive to overturn the Benue State electoral law duly passed by the Benue State House of Assembly and assented to by the Governor of Benue State. Engagement with politicians and political office holders for favorable judicial outcomes. Undue favoritism and their insistence on cronies holding unmerited judicial positions.
The Speaker Ondona Dajo asked the clerk to divide the House when two interests for and against Justice Ikpambese were presented before him. 23 members of the House of Assembly out of 31 members voted for his removal from office.
The next person in line should be sworn in immediately. Thank you.
This didn't come without an opposition who questioned the process of the removal of the Chief Judge.
Section 292 have stated it very clear, and the steps are this. 1, there must be a petition to the National Judicial Council of Nigeria or to the Benue State House of Assembly. That has agreed. His Excellency sent a petition to the Assembly. That is perfect. The National Judiciary or the State House of Assembly have to conduct a preliminary hearing concerning that.
There is an electoral law that was passed by the State House of Assembly and assented to by the Governor. Here is a man who went, even without any form of repeat to that law, any amendment to that law, and just moved a section out of that law and interpreted and gave it a waiver. That means he is trying to favor those who are in the tribunal in trying to get justice for whatever they want to do.
Justice Maurice Ikpambese was sworn in by the former governor, Samuel Otom, as the Chief Judge of Benue State on the 2nd of March 2023. Mayowa Okwato, TVC News, Makodi.
Joining me now is a member of the Benue State House of Assembly who represents Makodi South State Constituency, Honorable Douglas Akea. Thank you for joining us on the news tonight. Let's begin with the plenary session earlier. There seems to be some discrepancies with the figure. 23 people were said to have voted in favor of that decision. How come 13 other lawmakers are claiming they did not vote in that direction? Voted in favor of that decision. How come 13 other lawmakers are claiming?
Yes, good evening. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you clearly, Honorable Akea. You may have to turn down the volume of your TV set so we can have this conversation directly. I'm asking for clarity as to the numbers and the figures following the decision of the House of Assembly today.
Yes, what actually happened is that a correspondence, that's a letter, was read by the majority leader on the floor of the House. Unfortunately, as the usual practice, if such correspondence comes, even from the executive session, we are informed that the correspondence has been sent in by the executive. Today, that was not done. We came in for the sitting, and then we were ambushed. And this was, letter was just read. And the next thing, They brought out allegations on the chief judge, and then immediately asked that the chief judge be removed. One of us raised a counter motion to that and insisted that they should be voting. The House should be divided. So in dividing the House, the procedure is that members will raise their hands or will indicate by writing their decision. Hands were raised. The clerk stood up, did some abracadabra counting without actually counting, pointing fingers at the members who were standing up, and then announced that 23 members had supported the motion. What we expected next was for the second side of it, which is to ask for those who are against to raise their hands. That was not done. Immediately, the speaker just announced that the 23 members were counting, and so they got 23 votes. But we said no. We are 13 of us in the House. We did not vote we did not raise our hands. And if we are 31 and 13 persons did not raise their hands to vote, how will you get 23? Outside that, the speaker who even presided over the session did not vote, which is a usual practice. He votes only when there's a tie. So if 13 of us did not vote, how will you get the 22 or 23 that gave them the 2/10 majority they claim? In any case, the law is very clear on the procedure of how the chief judge of a state should be removed. There are certain steps that must be followed. And the most important of all this is the right to fair hearing. Right. Whether it is an action from the agency or the State House of Assembly, there must be fair hearing.
Interesting development, Honorable Akia. I'm afraid we've run out of time. It sounds like you are alleging that the votes at the House of Assembly today was rigged. Huge indictment on the clerk and the other presiding officers. But we'll see how this plays out in the coming days. Honorable Douglas Akia is Honorable representing Makurdi South State at the Benue State House of Assembly. Thank you so much for talking to us.